They called him Temujin, the boy who came from nothing. No crown, no army, no hope. Only hunger, pain, and a will of steel. History would remember him by another name. Genghis Khan, the ruler of everything between heaven and earth. But this destiny did not begin on a throne. It began in a frozen wilderness where wolves howled and human mercy was rare. He was 9 years old when his world broke apart. His father was poisoned. Overnight, Temujin's family went from respected to abandoned. The tribe left them with no food, no shelter, no allies. Even other tribes hunted them like animals. He watched his mother scrape bark from trees, feed the children roots, and pray they survived one more night. In that darkness, something grew inside him. A fire. The boy learned one truth early. Survival is not given, it is taken. As a teenager, he was captured by enemies. Hands tied. Neck locked in a wooden collar. Guards laughing, waiting for him to break. But Temujin refused. He did not cry, he did not beg. He watched. He learned. He waited. One night, a drunk guard stumbled too close. Temujin escaped his bonds and vanished into the blackness. That escape was not just survival, it was rebirth. He was no longer a prisoner. He had become a hunter. Slowly he began to gather people. Not princes, not nobles, but the forgotten. Men who had been betrayed, abandoned, beaten down by life. They had nothing left except rage and loyalty. Temujin told them something no other leader had ever said. I do not care who your father is. I care how strong your heart is. In a world obsessed with bloodlines, this was a revolution. The outcasts became warriors. 1 arrow became 10. 10 became 100. 100 became a storm. When Temujin returned to the steppe, the tribes did not see the boy who begged for food. They saw a leader. They gave him a new name. Genghis Khan, universal ruler, but the steppe was not united. Rival chiefs believed only they should rule. Families hated each other for generations. Blood was spilled for nothing. Genghis did something no one expected. He united them, not just through fear, but through fairness, loyalty, and reward. Stand with me, he said, and I will give you land, food, and honor. The same men who once hunted him now rode under his banner. The Mongols became a force the world had never seen. Fast, disciplined, fearless. They did not wait behind walls. They were the wind. Each warrior had multiple horses and could travel incredible distances without rest. They trained from childhood to fire arrows while galloping at full speed. Not once, but many times, deadly and accurate. Armies across the world had no idea what was coming. Cities trembled when they heard his name. On the battlefield, Genghis Khan was not just a fighter. He was a strategist, a genius. He studied his enemies, learned their strengths, and then turned those strengths into weaknesses. He did not fight battles he could not win. He did not waste lives. He did not build castles. He took them. Every victory added more people, more skill, more power. From the deserts of Central Asia to the walls of the biggest cities, the world saw a new force rising. Today we are many, he told his warriors. Tomorrow we are unstoppable. His empire stretched farther than Alexander, farther than Rome, farther than Napoleon. From the Pacific Ocean to the gates of Europe, his banners flew. But it wasn't just conquest. Under his rule came new laws, protection for merchants, free movement, religious tolerance. Silk and spices traveled safely across the world. A world that once was broken and divided became connected under one rule. And the man who once starved in the wilderness became the master of continents. No one knows where Genghis Khan is buried. There is no tomb, no statue, no palace, only stories. Stories whispered by the wind across the steppe. A boy who lost everything, a man who created an empire, a name that still shakes history. I am the punishment of heaven, he once said. If you had not sinned greatly, heaven would not have sent me. It was not arrogance. It was his belief in destiny. When his horse thundered across the horizon, civilizations trembled. But the deeper truth is this. He did not conquer for gold. He conquered for survival, unity, and legacy. His story is not only about war, but about will. A child who refused to break. A teenager who escaped his chains. A man who forged a destiny with his bare hands. Even after 800 years, the world speaks his name. And his life leaves one final lesson. You can start with nothing. You can be abandoned. hated, forgotten, and still changed the world. Strength does not come from comfort. Strength comes from struggle. That is why legends never die.